What is your gut feeling telling you? Hello and welcome to Wanjiru Kaburu's Vibes. If it's not your first time here, welcome back. In this episode, I am going to start with a quote by Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Allow me to repeat that last part. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. These are some of the words that I find myself reflecting on and smiling so many times because of how true they are. Our gut feeling. What is that? It is exactly what Steve Jobs called our heart and intuition. That soft voice in us that tells us, that gives us indicators that we so often ignore. And why do we ignore them? My guess is most of us human beings are worried or afraid of becoming exactly what we truly need to become or we truly know we can become. Therefore, we set our own limitations. We stay in a space of comfort because becoming what we truly need or should become is a certain ultimate way of living that requires work, that requires us to be so present in life, that requires us to be so awesome. I honestly don't know why we are so afraid of that. I am a victim, but there is no other way of living a fulfilling or fulfilled life than becoming what we truly need or should become. And how do we get there? By listening to our gut feeling. Today's episode or this episode is going to be short because I just want to get you reflecting on your gut feeling and leading you to actually paying attention to it. And I have 3 tips. One, our gut feeling is a soft voice, very soft, and therefore we might miss out on it in the current world of noise. There is a lot of noise around us. Noise from people telling us what we can do, what we are like, what we are capable of, and all kinds of things. And sometimes these people are us. We have a way of also setting our own limitations and making that noise so loud in our heads that we forget to listen, or we are not able to hear our hearts and intuition, that soft sound. So here we need to observe solitude. Let us have moments of solitude so that we can truly hear that soft voice. Number 2, we have to be very deliberate once we hear that voice because it requires work. I remember the last chapter of my book where I talk about commit to yourself. By committing to yourself, I usually mean that you need to step up and step out to really unleash who you are after going through the process of discovering who you truly are, being nice and kind to yourself, kind enough to forgive your mistakes and to forgive yourself when you are, and being able to love yourself so deeply enough to truly live fully and be ready to die empty, to let go of anything and everything that comes in between you and your purpose and your destiny. Then the last thing I emphasize on in this book is commitment. And this commitment is to yourself, because I believe when you commit to being who you really are, then you're able to live a fulfilling life. You're able to truly be what I call a gift to the world. So, number 2, be deliberate and committed to follow that voice step by step, action by action towards unleashing who you are. And number 3, build that courage over time, because for sure we need courage to become, because becoming also is not a destination, it's a continuous process. We discover ourselves every day, we discover what we're capable of every day, and sometimes it will require us letting go of people, of things, of habits, and building better networks, building better habits. So we require the courage to really detach from what we need to detach from and attach ourselves with what we need to truly become what we are meant to be. So solitude, and then be deliberate and committed, and then build courage over time. And when we stick to these, I think we will be able to not just listen to a gut feeling, but honor it and use it as a roadmap to lead us to our purpose. There is a purpose chart I usually follow. It's pasted on the chart on the wall of my bedroom, and it's the first thing I see when I wake up and the last before I sleep. Because I'm a work in progress, I'm a human being. I need reminder over time. And in this purpose chart, I have 4 parts that helped me to define my purpose, or the line that my life should take. And this chart reminds me, as I've said. The first part is, I asked myself, what am I good at? And these are skills we really build over time. And then number 2, what do I love doing? These 2 things, what I love doing and what I'm good at, form my passion, gives me a fire. The things I do and enjoy doing, sometimes they are hard work, sometimes I don't feel like doing them, but when I do them, I feel happy. And this is what the passion is. And if you've heard this before, passion truly leads you to unlocking your purpose. There is, however, 2 things that now helps you really and truly find your purpose and live it. Number 3 is, what does the world need that I can offer? So looking at what I'm good at and what I love doing, I try to offer the world these by looking at the gaps that my passion can really come and step in. And we all have these things. So at work, in the family, in the society, even in your own personal life, looking at the things you love doing, there is really something that the world needs from you that you can offer using that. But there is one final thing that now helps me know if I'm on the right track. What is my gut feeling telling me about that thing? The truth is, we might do things for various reasons: for money, for power, for prestige, for publicity. There are all kinds of reasons, and sometimes we are selfish beings that we can do things. But when you are able to listen and hear your gut feeling, it leads you to truly what you want to become. It is able to tell you if really this is what you should or you are meant to be doing, or are you just doing it for all other wrong reasons? And that voice, no matter how you try to shut it down, trust me, it keeps coming back through situations you face, through it's just in your heart and in your mind all the time. It doesn't let you go. You might try to fight it, but it doesn't let you go. And that is what I think Steve Jobs said, that what we need is to build courage to follow our heart and intuition, because they know what we truly need to become. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am asking you today through this episode, what is your gut feeling telling you? Have you tried to look at life and the things around you and the people around you? Have you been hearing any soft voice talking to you? And if you've not been hearing it, it's because you're existing in a world that is full of noise, and all you need to do is starting to embrace and create moments of solitude so that that voice can be loud enough for you to hear it. And once you do, I implore you to commit and be deliberate to follow it and build courage over time to become what you truly should or need to become. Let us all take this challenge. Listen to your gut feeling, to your heart and intuition, because it already knows what you truly should become.